Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and these are the Friday Freebies. It's 3 sheets, and they are the vintage French documents. So it's 3 pages, and I'm going to use them in a new journal that I'm going to be starting, and this one is going to be called Cherry Blossom, and this kit is by Crafty Kitty, and I will link her Etsy store below. So what I'm going to do is, since I didn't print anything on the back of these, I am going to glue these sheets together, and then we're going to make something out of them to go in the new journal. I'm going to use my glue stick. Just put a good amount of glue all over it. And then you're just going to take the sheet and lay it right on top. Then you take your bone folder. This is our ergonomic bone folder, I guess you could call it. It's good for your wrist. It doesn't hurt your wrist like those other ones that you have to point do. I still use that other one sometimes, but not very much. This one covers a wider area. Just make sure you press that glue out real well so that you get everything glued together. And I'm going to lay it aside and let it start drying a little bit before we start folding or cutting anything like that. Alright, we'll do this one the same way, and then the other one we're going to do the same thing too. Now, I just printed these on regular copy paper. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim these now. Let's see, I'm going to have my big trimmer, because that one is not going to work. I'm just going to trim that white off, and I'm not worrying about cutting any of the words or anything off the other side, because it'll be fine. What we're going to make, it doesn't matter. And you can always print it again. Okay, now what we're going to do is, let's see, which way's up? I think that way. Okay, we're going to fold this up just a little. I don't want a big fold. And then we're going to fold this one over. We're making a little tri-fold notebook or journal pocket or whatever you want to call it for our journal. And I'm not worrying about if I'm getting both sides even. I'm just folding it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. So there we go. So that one fold that way, that one fold that way, or like that, which I think I like that better. Yeah, I think I'll fold it that way. I am going to trim a little bit of this off, just so it'll fold better. And then I'll go ahead and trim right here at the top. Got just a little bit of an overhang where the paper is probably not trimmed exactly right. Now, in order to keep these from sticking out, see how that sticks out a little bit right there? I'm going to take my scissors, because these are going to be little pockets, and I am going to find my fold line, go right down that fold line, And then we're going to cut just that fold line out. So just a tiny little bit. And this is still wet, the glue is, so just wait till your glue dries. So that's all we cut out. It's just that tiny little bit right there. And that will be enough to help us when we fold these, that it doesn't stick out. We're going to fold it that way, weren't we? Yeah. And if it still does want to stick out just a tiny bit, just trim that off. Alright, now I'm going to put some ink on mine. I like to cover up the white edges. Then I'll show you what all we're going to do with this. Okay, now I inked all of my folds on the outside, as you can see. So then we're going to make these into little pockets. And I'm going to punch just a tiny little pull in each one. There we go. Go ahead and ink those. And then we can glue these little pockets down. So just put your glue real close to the edge on both sides. Make sure you press it down well. Okay, so we have 3 pockets now. Now you can either use this to tuck in a pocket in your journal, or you can glue it down on 3 sides, have another pocket behind, and it'll open up and you have all this room in here. Either way that you want to do it. And I think on the outside right here, I'm going to go ahead and put another little pocket right there. So let's see what I've got to make it with. This is the front cover of her collection, and I think I'm going to cut this out and use it. And this is vellum. Yeah, I think that'll work. You can fold it over a little bit. See if that's going to be the size. Yep. Alright, I'm going to fold it over at the top. And then we're going to cut out the little corners. And I'm going to trim some of that side off. Don't need all of that. And there. Okay, now let's see. This, trying to see which one's the top. I think this is the top, I think. So we're going to put a little glue on this and glue that top down. And then these will get folded around. We will glue it down just like that. Let's see, let's go ahead and put a little tiny pull. Hopefully it'll punch this. Yep. And ink around it. Then we can glue this down. Now we have a little pocket on the front of that. You could also put a pocket in here if you want. Let's see. We might do a little catty corner pocket. Let's see what we got. I think instead of putting a pocket, we'll put that on there. Her kits have a ton of ephemera with it. And I've cut out a lot of it, partially cut it out. Okay, ink it to cover up any white places I left. And then we'll, let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to glue that all the way down. I don't think I need any more pockets, so I'm going to glue it all the way down. There we go. And then I'll use, let's see. I think I will use some seam bonding to close that up. You can use string, whatever. Let me grab some seam bonding. Since we're working with cherry blossoms, let's go ahead and use a piece of this pink. Seam bonding comes from my scrap cabin shop, and I'll link her below as well. But there is that, and we can make our little tags to go in all of that. There's that one. Okay, we're going to do another, and I think on this one I'm going to fold it up a little bit more. Fold it about like that. I want a shorter piece of ephemera this way and a deeper pocket. Okay. Then let's see which side I want on the front. I think I want this on the front. So I'm going to fold this one over. And if you want to get them pretty well even as far as your fold overs, you can do it like that before you actually crease it. And that usually works pretty good. There we go. And fold that one over. Now you could have done these without lining them with that extra paper, but I wanted mine to be a little bit stronger, plus I wanted something on the inside. You could just print on both sides if you want, but I kind of like that. Alright, again we're going to cut this out right here, just the little score line. Okay, now that should, I just fold them over and see if I need to trim anything else off. And I think on this one I do, right here at the top. I think maybe on this one too. There we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and punch my little pull. And then I'm going to ink all of them. Okay, then we're ready to glue these down. Press your glue in really well. And I have a little piece right here I need to trim right there. Okay. Now you can decorate all of this. I'll probably wait and decorate it when I start to put it in the journal. I am going to trim off this little bit right here. I don't like for it to be uneven at the top. There we go. And then I don't want to cover up all of this, so I think I'm just going to put some little something right down here at the bottom. Let's just put that little piece on there. And then I think a number up here will work. Yeah, I think I'll use a dark one. These are from Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. There we go. And then I'm going to tie it up with something. Let's see. I think this would work. Now you can either leave these, you can put string on it, or you can glue it back here. Any way that you want to do these. I'm not going to glue mine down because I don't want to lose all of this. I'm just going to tuck mine in pockets. But there's another. Alright, we have one more. And I think on this one I'm going to go a different direction. I'm going to go this way. And then I don't know if I'm going to fold it tri-fold or not. Let's see. Nope, I think I'm just going to fold it over, maybe. Okay, I'm just folding that one in half, and I don't want it to, the outside to be upside down, so these are going to be top tuck pockets instead of bottom. And I'm going to trim it a little bit right here, and then we'll punch our little pull in here. You can do top tuck pockets the same way you do bottom. If you glue them down flat, then whatever you tuck in there is going to stay. Let's go ahead and put a little ink on it first. Alright, I'm going to run my glue right down the center of that, right where I put my score line. And then on the edges. Then we're going to press that down. Going to fold over like that. That's going to be the back side. And then I'm going to round my corners. Okay, so there's a little notebook with top tucks. Now you could sew a signature in here, just a little signature if you wanted to. Just take some little pages and put them in there, stitch them in, and then that'll be a little notebook that you can tuck in your pockets. I think I may do that later, but right now I think I'm just gonna decorate the outside a little bit. Let's just fold one of these pockets and put it on the outside. This is part of the ephemera pack. And it is printed on vellum. Yeah, I don't mind that. This has actually got ledger on it too, so it goes with this. Okay, and we have a pocket on the outside here. And I think up here I'll put a little label or ticket. What about just a little ticket like that, a little clear one? There we go, that will work. And then I think I'll tie this one with some of this. Or this. No, I think this works better. And I'll add my tags and everything when I start putting the journal together. Okay, so there is that one. I think this is calling for some little something down here, so let's just grab a little label. And we'll put that right there. And that one is finished too. Let me grab the other two. So there is what we made out of the Friday Freebie. Right there. And I will put the link below so that you can go over and check out the freebie and download it if you want to. We will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Bye bye.